Grandma was in A, auntie was in A, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride the side while bro had it.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Denver. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Set! Cougar 19!
Nick starting with a pass. Into the hands of Dulcich. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard. Going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Go!
Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Get it!
Throw left side, complete. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap to Nix. And they make the tackle at the 38. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, set!
Nix from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so they're left facing 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Set! 70 Timberwolves!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down. It's no good, and had the leg, but his aim wide right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. Finds Woods. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
70 Lion. Let's go now.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Ready.
Nix with it on 1st. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's go. Ready, go.
Nix off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Set.
Putting a receiver in motion. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We're through 1 quarter of this open. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. This one from an even 4, coming off the edge, and it's blocked! Now this is picked up inside the 35. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Play action with Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
He sent a man in motion. From the 35 on second down. Finds his fullback. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. No return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther Dragon 60. Set. Hut, hut.
Here's Nix. That one's complete, right side. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Play action with Nix. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Has him on the quick hitter. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Headed out right. Catch is made in close. It's a Denver touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw here from Richardson. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Colts driving for a score and a halftime lead. Second and 3 now. 10, 18, on the counter, it's Taylor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They're going to turn to Taylor on third down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Second down carry for Taylor. Runs inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Richardson now on first and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Second and 10. Again, it's Richardson. On target to his man, Taylor. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Only 1 yard for them, and now we'll see what they decide to do on fourth and short. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Fourth down's going to bring out Matt Gay and the Colts field goal unit for the first time. From 37 yards in the right hash. This is no good. A surprising miss as he cracks it off the left upright. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
Well, we got ourselves quite a game today, a tie game coming into this third quarter. And what you're looking for is a little instant jolt of momentum coming out of the locker room. And that return might just be the spark that leads to that momentous fire.
On first down, it's Richardson. Locates Adonai Mitchell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Let's go now.
On the draw, this is Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
All right, here we go. Second down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Offense to the line for second down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's 2nd and 11. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Hey, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He's back to throw. He rolls to his right. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Broncos will have a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Go.
Nix with it on first. He lets one fly deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19. From the red zone now. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it's going to be second down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Hut, hut.
Again on 2nd and 10. Nix. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Ready up.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Set go. Hut.
They'll throw again. Nix. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains. Glad to see him right the ship individually and make one after his earlier attempts went awry. And this was a big spot to finally come through on this one, because now it gives his team the lead.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hold the ready.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Taylor now up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Throwing now, Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Rolling from the pistol, Richardson finds Woods. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. DJ James with the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
We've reached... So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready. Go.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. And the Broncos are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Nicks off the play action. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a third down.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
70, 19 Lions.
Shotgun snap to Nicks. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming. And his kick is blocked. They pick up the block inside the 40.
This block right here, it's a product of preparation, effort, and determination. They attacked the soft spot in the line, and one of them was able to will his way through and get to the kick in time. Well done.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Trying to hit his fullback there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second and 3 now. Richardson back to throw. Taylor makes the catch. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Here's a give to Taylor. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go again with Taylor. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he only gets this one down to the 9. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
A modest gain on the counter. A good recovery there from the front seven, Kate. They fought the fake initially, but adjusted just in time to limit the damage headed the other direction.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Now Richardson to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Colts down by only 3. Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Looking good, and it's through! And they've tied it up late in the 4th!
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left.
Go.
Looking to throw it. Gets this to Kincaid. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Now to throw. Finds Kincaid. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here he is to throw. Ooh, incomplete there on second down, but boy, a risky throw on a check down of all things. Nearly picked off and headed the other way.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
The handoff on 3rd and short, and he'll get them enough for a first down. Broncos have to hurry here, clock still running. Throwing now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guy.
And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. To throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Broncos make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. So to the side of me, mile-high salutes throughout the building. It's a win at home.